Today we shall be looking into the 1990 episode Treehouse of Horror, in which The Simpsons obviously brought out in season 2 in 1990, and this would start off over 30 years of Treehouse of Horror episodes, and this is the very first, so let's get into it. So I thought that this episode was a great way to start off the Treehouse of Horrors, as it was a good foundation for the episodes of Treehouse of Horror which were yet to come, as it gave us a glimpse of what we could be expecting in season 3 and season 4 and season 5 and so on and so forth, as we saw in this one 3 different stories, and that is sort of like the theme throughout most of the Treehouse of Horror episodes after this one, and it's sort of a growing on theme all the way up to season 34 they're on now. That's how they've been doing it, like 3 stories and dividing their episodes into 3 separate segments. We see Bart and Lisa telling each other scary stories to basically scare each other and to argue which one is the scariest story. And this episode basically starts off where they're telling the story of the Amityville Horror mixed in with the Poltergeist and mixing it in with the Simpsons family, and it's a really cool spoof as well, and it just works hilariously, and yeah, it was brilliant, as it mixed like the Simpsons, like I said before, with these 2 famous horror movies, and it came off very, very, very well, and was easily the best segment in this episode out of the 3 that we're going to be talking about. In the second segment, though, we see that it isn't based off a film, surprisingly, and it is just about aliens, as these aliens abduct the Simpsons family and take them up to the spaceship, in which they are fattening them up with their favourite foods. And then it gets a little bit suspicious from Lisa's side of things, thinking, why are they trying to fatten us up? And then she stumbles upon a book saying how to cook humans, in which she takes it to the family, and they're like, okay, what's going on here then? But then apparently there's a bit of space dust on there, blows it off, and then it says how to cook for humans, and so the aliens look a bit sort of like, why have you accused us as monsters, and basically send them back to Earth, in which in my opinion wasn't really a scary story, but I can sort of see how it worked, and it was pretty good in that retrospect, and it is a decent segment, but I wouldn't have put it on a Halloween special. I know it's got aliens in and things like that, but it wasn't that Halloween, if that makes sense. The last segment, in which is in my opinion the worst segment, is on the poem of Edgar Allan Poe, and it's called The Raven, and where we see Homer sat on a chair, basically afraid of this raven which is at the top of his door, in which suddenly appears out of nowhere, and he's trying to attack him, and he's trying to attack that, and it doesn't really make any sense, because he's basically asking why the raven is there. And to me, I wouldn't have included this at all in this Halloween special. I know it's something different and quirky, and doing it off a poem is something kind of cool, how they've transformed a poem into real life and things like into their own little spoof of it. However, it didn't work in my opinion, and that's why this segment is sort of worst out of the 3. As a whole though, this episode seemed to be a good foundation for what was yet to come, hence why I've rated this episode a 7.2 and a world-class episode. Let me know down in the comments down below whether you agree or disagree with anything I've said in this video, or let me know your thoughts down in the comments down below. Also, if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be alerted to all the new content this channel creates, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Laters.